peace. Welcome back to the channel, Goddess Mindful. So it's been a minute since I've really came on here and did any uploads. Um, but my motivation for this video today was, it's something that's already been on my heart, but I was actually speaking to someone today and it kind of triggered a conversation that I wanted to have with you guys. Not only that, I was watching YouTube, another video popped up, and it triggered the same conversation that I had earlier today with a certain person. So, with that being said, I wanted to come up here and do a video. I'm not going to be too long. I don't like to bore you guys, so I'm just going to jump right into it. But for people that have been following us, you kind of already know our story. You've seen us leave the states, come back, travel. Um, some of you guys personally talk to us from a day-to-day basis. But for people that are new to the channel, welcome. My channel is based on my spiritual journey, and just giving you guys a piece of my life and me traveling, going through the shit that we go through in life. All right, I am very much like an open book. I don't try to come on here and sugarcoat. Just because I'm a spiritual person, just because I talk about the spiritual journey, does not mean that I'm not a human being. Does not mean I don't like to have fun. So I don't try to be somebody that I'm not. Let's get that clear. So if you guys are new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Go back and watch some prior things. But let's jump right into what I want to talk about. So with that being said, because it's about to get funky. All that good old energy, right? Last year, we were in Merida, Mexico. Um, we were there for almost a year. This was like our third visit. Prior to that, we were other parts, me and my husband. So we decided to go down there. We were down there for almost a year. A lot of beautiful things. A lot of beautiful things while we were down there. Beautiful people. Okay, but what I want to talk about today is the black people, the people of color that are in Merida, Mexico, and they're not so friendly. They're not so nice. Um, let's see. My experience with black people in Merida was not so pleasant. Um, so I even wrote down a few things because sometimes when I put this camera on, I do get distracted. So I wrote down some things that I wanted to talk about, right? Um, but this is the thing that I'm having a problem with, is that this is stuff that me and my husband has talked about. I've done some videos talking about this, but I guess today I just felt like it was heavy on my heart to come up here and talk about it with you guys. But I see a lot of people now. I didn't see this last year. I see a lot of people posting videos talking about their experience with black people in Mexico, not just Merida. So I don't want to, Merida is beautiful, the people, the land. So I've seen more people posting videos talking about their experience with black people, other black people in Mexico. And it's not so much of a good experience. I feel like we are running from something. We're doing something to where we're bringing this baggage and this negative energy. And there's been times I've been in Walmart. There's been times I've been out with my husband and see other black people, and they will drop their head. They will purposely not look at you so you don't speak to them. I don't know what this is about. I just want to bring it to people's attention. I just want to put it out there. Okay, so when I was in Mexico, I had someone say to me that leaving the States was like leaving the plantation. And she said, girl, we made it out. They don't know what's going on and this and that, and we all laughed about it. But that really resonated with me, because if we go back to slavery, when the slaves was leaving and escaping the plantation, they weren't leaving and then fighting amongst each other. They weren't leaving the plantation and, you know, all right, the slaves is out and they're free and they're doing their thing, but then they're hating on each other. It didn't work that way. Like, you can't say that you're leaving, that you can't call United States a plantation and that we're slaves, but then when you go over to a beautiful country like Mexico and you see other black people, you turn the other way. Or you just, I don't understand where this is coming from. I do joke about it sometimes talking with my husband because we've experienced this. This is not something we've watched on TV, but it's something that's very disappointing because I don't see any other race posting videos saying, well, when I was in Mexico and I seen a white family, they didn't speak to me. When I was in Mexico and I seen another Filipino family or Indian family, they drop. It's only people of color, black people, that are making these videos and they're expressing the same thing. I seen other black people, they weren't as friendly. And this is not all, but it's enough to where you see more videos about it. It's enough to where it does leave a sour taste when you experience this. A lot of the Facebook groups that are made that are for black people, um, they weren't so nice. They were very judgmental. It felt like, why would you bring this negative mentality to a beautiful country? And to me, it's just, it's sad, it's disgusting. But a lot of the groups that are for people of color to come together, to feel like we're not alone, to feel like, okay, there are other people here that we can bond with, that looks like me, that speaks the language, that understands what I'm going through. Here's a group we can come together, not to isolate ourselves from the people that live here in Mexico, but just for us to have comfort. It wasn't like that at all. My husband went out to certain events where, it was just things that was very weird and uncomfortable. It was places where, you know, um, they actually told my husband to get out of a certain group because he was married, because he made a comment that people didn't like. And the comment was, why are so many black women, single black women, moving to Mexico? That was that was something that me and him had noticed. It's not a bad thing. It was just something that he asked, given that he was in a group with black women and black men, but they took it a certain way. They told him he shouldn't be in the group. They said, oh, you're married. You should, it was just a whole nother vibe, and he got out the group and everything like that. It's very discouraging because there are people that are moving. Merida is getting very popular, and there's so many other places that I would like to share with you guys that are beautiful to move to. The prices are not as high as Merida because everybody's not moving there. But the thing I wanted to bring to people's attention on a serious note is that I don't want people to move outside the country and have a negative experience and then feel discouraged to stay, or feel like everyone else is on that type of time, which they're not. Okay, I want people to be aware of the good and bad when moving outside the country. That'll be a whole nother video. You guys can feel free to message me below. I can reach out, and I have a lot of resources and information when it comes to moving outside the country. And this is just free information. This is not my business. This is not my job to do consultations. I know a lot of people do that, but I have a lot of information when it comes to housing, when it comes to, getting the visa, renting. There's so many things that you need to know. I don't want people to go and be fooled by, I won't say be fooled, but not give the full information when it comes to leaving the country. Because some people are just putting these videos up for you to reach them. Some people are putting these videos up to show you just the sunny side, but there's another side to leaving and going outside the country. But that's another video. You guys can message me below. I can get in contact with you. So the other thing I want to talk about, like I said, is that you don't see any other race putting videos saying, well, when I was in Mexico, I seen another white family. They didn't speak to me. It's only people, and it's so disappointing because I've always put us on a pedestal. I've always thought highly of black people. My mother is a very dark-skinned black woman from the South. I have black children. I have a black husband. I am a black woman. So, you know, this was one of the worst experiences I have had with black people was in Mexico. Um, you know, it was just a lot. I don't want to say the person, but I watched somebody's video earlier, and she made a comment about this situation because she's older, but she has noticed it. Other people have noticed it, so she was bringing it to people's attention. And she said, you know, we should be very understanding. We should be very mindful that people are leaving the states to get away from their trauma or whatever their issue is. So when they're coming to Mexico, you know, I guess the way she was saying it, I can't word it exactly the way she said it, but it was more so like, to my opinion, almost making an excuse. Because we all have trauma. We all have things that we're running from. We are always working on self, because you never get done working on yourself while you're in this physical body. I don't care how much experience you have. I don't care how old you are, how far you are in your spiritual journey. We are always working on ourselves. So that's no excuse to go to another country that's beautiful, to go to another country and see your own and not even acknowledge or say hi. You don't have to exchange phone numbers. You don't have to go to their home, but just say, oh, hi, how are you? I don't understand that. And to even have that type of mentality in a place where everyone is friendly, hola, you know, everyone is speaking, I don't understand it. So when I'm watching her video, she encouraged me to come up here and just be more blunt with it, because there's no excuse. Your trauma is your trauma. And, you know, to even be disrespectful to a land like Mexico, particularly Merida, the land is so pure and humble, and everything is about energy there. If you guys live outside the country or have been in Merida, particularly, everything is big on energy. I can't really put it into words no more than that. Um, you know, it's either going to correct you, it's either going to break you. Like, you can't play the same games you would play in the States over in Mexico. All right. Um, you know, the making excuses for our trauma. The main thing I wanted to say, because I kind of covered the few things I wrote down, is taking responsibility for whatever your issues are when you leave the country. The black people that are over there did nothing to you. So to have this mentality like you don't want to speak, you don't want to socialize, or you feel that you're better because that makes no sense to me. It's very disappointing. It's very hurtful, you know, because like I said, I've never experienced black people on this type of level until being in Mexico. Um, so I want us to do better. I want other people that are going over to Mexico to understand that you will experience this at some point. Don't take it to heart. Don't let those people, regardless what color they are, but you feel more hurt when it's your own. And it's like, what the hell did I do? If anything, I was excited. When I seen other black people, I was excited. I'd be like, babe, look, it's a black family over there. And you can tell they're already giving, the children are looking at you, but the adults are already giving you the energy like, do not speak to me, do not come over here. And like I said, it wasn't all, but it was majority. And that's sad. So I don't want other people to have this experience and let it rub them the wrong way or discourage them. But at the same time, we need to be holding, you know, our people responsible for their actions and their energy. And, you know, okay, so we've covered that. The people that don't want to speak or whatever. Now, there's people in Mexico that do want to speak to you. These are the ones that have been there for a while. Sometimes their funds have run low. So they know that you're new. They know that you've probably saved up some money to come here. and some of them are going to be a little bit want to be in your pockets. So be mindful of when you do make connections with other foreigners, when you do make connections with other people from the States, that you are just being mindful of what these people want from you, you know, the type of questions they're asking, you know, find out what they do, find out how are they making a living. You know, you have to, it's so much more than people think when you leave the country. All right. I'm going to save that for another video because I feel myself getting off topic when it comes to that, because I wanted to make this video mainly about black people in Mexico, pertaining Merida, Mexico. Merida, Mexico. I don't want to get off topic because I will. Um, you know, me and my husband to this day still have people that we communicate with. We still have people that we talk to in messaging. You're still using the WhatsApp because that's how everybody talks down there. Um, you know, and we have some things coming up that we will share with you guys soon. Um, we'll save that. That's like I won't say it's a surprise because there's people that are close to us kind of know what we're doing. Um, but I just want us to do better when it comes to. I feel like a lot of this comes from the lack of not loving ourselves. I feel like when you're in the States, obviously you are brainwashed. You do feel like a slave. You are a slave. You're trying to leave your 9 to 5. You're trying to live maybe this organic life, this natural life. Some people are on that type of time and they leave, they go to Mexico. Some people leave because it's just cheap. Some people just want to, they have money and it's a cheaper lifestyle. They can spoil themselves more. Some people are more natural. Whatever the reason is, we still have to try to really work on self and leave a lot of the trauma and all that shit behind because we are brainwashed. Doesn't matter what color you are. So when you leave the States, you have to understand you're going to a place where they're not as brainwashed as us. They have more natural resources. They still have culture. So why would you feel comfortable bringing your crap and your luggage and your negativity and your trauma and just go there thinking that everything's going to go away? Because it doesn't work that way. That land will swallow you. The energy, the trust me, you will be on that next flight or you'll just be miserable. Um, you know, our reason for leaving was none of the above. Was none of the above. It was for no, we didn't leave for financial reasons. We didn't leave because we were discouraged with people because we did have some really good people around us. We left. I'll get to that at the end. So you guys keep listening. I'll tell you why we left at the end of the video, and I'm almost done anyway because my video is almost at 20 minutes. I don't like talking that long. I don't want to hold too much of your time. But black people, we gotta do better because go to YouTube and put in Merida, Mexico, and you can look however you want. Black people in Merida, whatever, and you will see a lot of videos popping up with people saying what I am saying. I just watched a woman, I forgot her channel because I will give her a shout out. I'm not subscribed to her. I will go back and subscribe, so maybe I'll put it down below. But she was saying how she was in different parts of Mexico, and when she went to Merida, she was just unhappy with just how she was treated by other black people, you know. And I'm like, this is, it looks bad. It looks bad, but at the same time, I'm not making this video to bash the black people that we encountered. That's not the type of time that I'm on. That's not the type of person that I am, right? I am trying to bring awareness so when other people go, they won't get discouraged because trust me, there are really good people and good families there. You've met one right here. Husband, been with him for 14 years. Funny guy, good person, very creative. Music, writes, videography, drones, all that stuff. Me, I'm into the spiritual lifestyle, organic. I'm an intuitive empath. Um, my 2 daughters. So we are a family of 4. So you've met a nice, good family right here. You know what I mean? And there's more good people that I'm not going to just put their name up here that trust and believe want to build sincerely on just getting to know you, wanting to build on, hey, maybe we can do a business, maybe we can do this, maybe we can come together and bring the kids out. Trust me. But the rest of you guys, I'm telling you, when you look up the search engine, it's looking pretty bad of how black people are acting when they go to Mexico. And yes, there is a lot of single black women going to Mexico, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we can look at that too of why that is. You know, why is it so many single black women? Why is it not single white women? Why is it not Spanish women? Why is it not Filipino women? It is a lot of single black women. And it's nothing to, you know, feel bad about it. It's nothing to feel like, well, we can't touch or talk about that topic. You know, it's just, we just need to do better. We need to love ourselves more. And I really wish, listen, the white folks that's going to Mexico, you know what they're doing over there? Buying up property together. They're not walking around saying, guess what? I seen so and so and they didn't even look at me. They're, hey, how are you? Exchanging information. They are embracing when they see other people that look like them, and they are coming together. I'm not saying all, but just my research and what I see, buying property. These are the same people that are learning the culture and having resorts, natural resorts where you can come and do the plant medicine. They're actually learning and making the land work for them. They're making money. They're having other people come along and build a foundation, a business. So if we see them doing it, why can't we come together? Especially for the people that are living in Mexico, that have left everything in the States. They're living there. I don't understand why we can't come together. And I know we can come together. You can't come together with everyone, but you can come together and build your foundation, your tribe, your soul family, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. But you know, there we can come together on that type of time, and that's something. I'm not going to talk too much about it today, but me and my husband are working towards manifesting, and we are surrounding ourselves with people that have true intentions, better intentions, that speak the same language. And I don't mean this language, I mean this type of language. Speak the same type of language inside of what you want for yourself, what you want for your family. What can we build together? What can we bring to the table? What type of information or knowledge we might have. So that's what we're on. You will start to see more videos of both of us, or just him and myself. You guys can check out his channel as well. I'll put that down in the link. It's just, we have a lot of good things going on. We're just taking our time of how we give the information to you guys. All right. And like I said, any questions that you have, my business does not consist of doing consultations. But again, I have a lot of information when it comes to apartments, housing, finances. Uh, Listen, I was in Mexico. I had to have an emergency surgery. I was trying to come back to the States, booked my ticket, woke up that morning. I was in so much pain. I had to have the surgery in Mexico. I want to share with you guys how that went. And it wasn't a bad experience. But see, I like to give you guys information because honestly, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be sharing information. You're not supposed to get something, experience, and say, hey, I'm gonna charge you this and that, and you can, because we all have to make a living. But that's not my business. That my business is not to sell you information that life has given me. So I want to tell you my experience with the hospital, what to do, what to look out for, different doctors I went through um, when I was in that situation, because I still have all my contacts. I still am connected with good people because I want your experience to be 1,000 times better than mine. If I can help you not make a mistake financially, if I can help you not make a mistake by getting connected with the wrong people or just having those antennas up, 1,000%, please reach out. or just follow me on my channel, because I will be putting up more videos. And my videos is not to bash anyone, it's just to make you guys aware and give you guys information. So you will be seeing more when it comes to that, building, um, manifesting, growing, evolving is what me and my family is about. We have no bad intentions. We're not that type of people. If anything, we were hurt in the States. We went outside the country and got hurt mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. Why? Because we're good people. It comes with the game. You're not going to play me, but we did get hurt in different ways because we were good people, and sometimes you just can't help everybody. And, we're not going to stop being good people. So, I'm going to keep my promise and tell you guys why we left Mexico after being there for a year. And we had like the best freaking landlord. We had the best place, the best house, like the perfect neighborhood. Everything was just perfect. Okay, we go to Mexico. Guess what? I'm not feeling well. Go to the doctor, find out I was pregnant. We was in shock. We were not planning it, but we're excited. But something kept telling me, even though I was feeling good, something kept telling me, you need to go, to the doctor. You need to get an ultrasound. You need to see what's going on. Fast forward, go get an ultrasound. You know, the my body was not doing what it was supposed to do. So it was ectopic pregnancy, was not in the right spot. I went to 3 different doctors trying to figure out, are they telling me the truth? Because again, I'm in a foreign country. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't speak the language. Um, some doctors did speak English very well, but it was and it is what it is. And that's why I said I had to get the emergency surgery. Um, and going through that, I've never experienced that before. So going through that, it really hurt me emotionally and spiritually and all these things, because I'm like in denial, and I'm like, why did this happen? And what did I do? Was I not eating right? Like, what was going on? At the same time, as I'm healing, because I'm in the hospital, I'm only there. I think I went that morning. I got released later on that evening. Um, you know, the next day I was in terrible pain, because the way they had to cut me was just in an area that was just very painful. It took a long time for my body to really come back from that. But what was so painful is that while I'm laying at home recovering, the same people that me and my husband had helped, the same people that we thought were our friends, nobody reached out to even say, are you okay? Are you guys all right? I'm so sorry this happened. Nobody. And again, these were people that were in our home. These were people, some of them we helped financially. Some of them we helped spiritually. Some of them we helped verbally by just talking and giving advice. So that hurt me in a way. Since I was already vulnerable, since I was already emotional, and I'm just like going through my own bullshit, I was like, I need to leave. And that's why we left. And that's been almost a year. We did leave Mexico. We didn't come straight back to the States. We did go to Costa Rica. We did go to another part of Mexico. We did come back to the States. Where we are at now, who knows? I like to keep people in suspense, but it's only people that don't really communicate with us. It's for the people that are nosy, but people that are our, friends and family, they know where we're at. Um, but that is why we left Mexico. A lot of people were coming up with their own assumptions of conclusions of why we left and where are they? Did they go back to the States? And I'm like, why would I run back to the States? Why would I leave beautiful Mexico and just run back to the States? To come see family? Yes. To visit, to take care of things, to certain resources that we have here that you might not have access to? Of course. But that is why we left. And I've touched about this subject a little bit, but not in detail to what I'm telling you. So that is why, going through that, if any woman has experienced this before, this will be a whole nother topic that I would do on a different type of time. But, going through that, having to get that surgery was very devastating, and it hurt when you really believed. I'm big. When you say you care, when you say I love you, I'm going to take that to heart. And these were people that claimed to love us and care, and not one person reached out to me on my husband. So I was like, you know what? F it. I mean, it was a whole thing, and it really hurt me to leave. But at the time, that's what needed to be done. So that's what happened. Um, and the sad thing about it is, I've had people reach out after almost a year and say, hey, what's going on? I was just thinking about you. How are you and the family? Are you guys around? Where are you at? And I'm like, you should have had that energy when I was laying in the bed sick and in pain and hurting. You should have reached out then and said, how are you doing? No. I'll respond to you and I will say, oh, everyone's doing well. I'm so glad you guys are doing well. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't have any hate in my heart. My aunt teaches us that we should keep our heart as light as a feather. And I believe that that is universal law, is keeping our heart as light as a feather. For people that are going to Mexico looking for spiritual healing, you will find it. The healing starts within. Do not go to Mexico thinking that you have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to find spiritual healing, because you will feel good for the moment, but you will realize that you just wasted your time and money. Because I don't care who you go to on this planet, the spiritual healing starts within. The more you are trying to heal yourself, the more God and the universe will help you. And the universe will bring people in your life to help you on your journey. But just know that you are strong enough to heal yourself. You are God to yourself, not to others, but to yourself. And all those trillions of cells only know what you tell it every day. It only knows what you think and what you create. So those trillions of cells, when I say you're God to yourself, is because you're God to this physical and what you're telling yourself. So just know that you are powerful enough to help heal yourself. And I'm telling you this because I know how hard some people work in the States. I know how hard some people had to travel, and how hard it was for some people to let go of their homes or their cars or material things to go to another country to find peace. And when you go to that other country, you're finding peace, but you're finding that some of the people there, which are usually other foreigners, are charging you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do things that someone from Mexico can do for a lot less pesos. Because the people on that land, the people that are from there, if you really want true healing, you can go to them. Don't be scared of the language barrier. If you don't have someone that can speak the language, if you can't speak the language, use your translator. Because honestly, my great-great-grandmother was Native American, full Cherokee. And you have to go to people that practice this culture, that really live it every single day, to find, I won't say true healing, but to find more healing that is more authentic, because they are the culture, they are the land. I'm just putting you on game so you won't end up coming back to the States with a low bank account. So you won't look in your bank account and realize how much money you spent on things that are not necessary. Again, I have a lot of information and so many videos that I need to put out. But at the same time, sometimes I don't always have time to sit here and do these videos. I was supposed to stop 20 minutes ago, and I've been talking for 35 minutes because I don't always come up here to talk as much as I should. And I really believe that for the chosen ones, we are supposed to share our information. If I know ways to make money online, if I know ways to help you in any type of way, I should be sharing that with you. And I should be grateful to even share it. I should be grateful that someone wants to even listen to get information from me. So when I'm telling you things, it's not to tell you what to do, it's just to help you on your journey, um, in any type of way that is, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Um, but listen, what do I know? Whew, that was a lot. And I have, this is not even like, this is so poquito, it's so small compared to the information that I have. And don't let my husband be sitting here. This will be like a 3 hour, I can't stand this mic. See, I didn't hit it twice. This would be like a 3 hour video. But listen, thank you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Again, I have so much more information, so many other things we have going on. But I hope you guys really take in what I have given you and know that everything that I say is genuinely from my heart and my soul. And I truly, truly, truly love to help people. That is part of my journey on this planet, is to help people. So even if it's just something small, if I could prevent you from tripping, if I can prevent you from saving, if I can prevent you from a little bit of heartache or a couple tears, I'm going to do that. I will want somebody to do the same for me. But even if I don't get it, I'm still going to be me. Nobody can break my spirit. Nobody, you know, my nobody can break my spirit. You might feel sad, you might feel hurt, you might feel pain, but you cannot break my spirit. That is like impossible to do. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Till next time, make sure you are hydrating, make sure you are meditating, make sure you're hydrating, and most importantly, make sure you are loving yourself.